Birds of Prey is a DC movie starring Margot Robbie and a bunch of other folks, including Ewan McGregor, but mostly Margot Robbie. After getting dumped by the Joker, Harley Quinn immediately gets herself into trouble and eventually teams up with 3 women to take down the Black Mask. That's it. That's the plot. I did not hate this movie. It wasn't outstanding, but it was pretty fun. First of all, I like the style and tone of this film, to some extent, but I'll get to that. Nobody can deny that Margot Robbie is great in playing her character Harley Quinn. She is the one people want to see, and she was also one of the producers. The story is mostly told in non-chronological order by Harley herself, which takes a little getting used to. I'm not sure it was the smartest move to tell the story this way, especially after how messy Suicide Squad was, but in this case it kinda works. And like Suicide Squad, this movie uses a fair amount of pop-up graphics, which again work to some extent. The best parts for me come from the action scenes. I thought the fight choreography was excellent. It's really creative and fun. And this film is rated R, so there's a great deal of blood and bone cracking, kinda like Deadpool. Most of the violence in this movie feels like an R-rated Looney Tunes, which sounds silly, but I think they really pulled it off nicely. This film was not directed by a sentient bag of cocaine, but by a woman named Cathy Yan. And I like the way it looks. It's very bright and poppy, but the majority of the film is almost exactly like a music video. The editing is fast and the soundtrack is loud. It felt like every time the movie gets to a scene that drives the plot forward, the story gets interrupted by another song from the soundtrack. And because of that, the movie never seems to slow down a little. At one point they even played 2 songs back to back. I wasn't a big fan of those moments. It felt too much like a commercial for the soundtrack and not the other way around. The plot, however, is very simple, and this movie is almost 2 hours long. So you better have a high tolerance for all that colorful music video stuff, because that's about 60% of the film. They get multiple opportunities to slow down and tell a story, but I don't think that was the main focus. Some of it doesn't even make a whole lot of sense story-wise. It's all very surface level and I never felt invested. Harley is obviously very heartbroken, I get that, but as a viewer you need context. Margot Robbie is really fun to watch, but why should I care about her breakup with this Joker? Context. They have so many opportunities to tell a more interesting story, but they never do. There's a lot of faffing about before we get to the 3rd act. So to me, the finale of the movie was the least interesting part because nothing has really been set up. There's a big fight scene towards the end, which again was pretty fun to watch in a campy 1960s Batman kind of way, but I thought the ending was pretty weak. Every actor in this film knows what kind of movie they're in, and Ewan McGregor really hams it up as the villain Roman. He was good, but Black Mask never felt menacing himself. The real bad guy in this movie was Chris Messina as Victor Zsasz. He was great. And out of all the birds, I thought Huntress was the most interesting. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in love with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Also, for all of you expecting Cassandra Cain to be badass in this film, get ready to be disappointed. That kid was annoying. So if you're some sort of super fan, you're most likely gonna love this film. I liked it to a certain extent. It was fun to watch, but I'm more curious to see what James Gunn can do with Suicide Squad. Birds of Prey is fun, so it gets 4 out of 6. Birds of Prey and the Birds of Prey and the fantastic... Birds of Prey and the fantastic... Birds of Prey and the fantabulous... Birds of Prey! Birds of Prey! Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Nope.
One Harley Quinn. Son of a bitch.